Welcome back, and if this is your first time here, welcome. Settle in. Let your breathing slow and your thoughts grow quiet, and the day you've had drift away behind you. Tonight, there's nothing to do but rest and listen and let me carry you somewhere far away. To a strange year, 200 years ago, when the whole world's sky went dim. It began on a faraway island in the warm seas of what we now call Indonesia. There stood a great mountain named Tambora. For 1,000 years, it had been quiet. And then, in the spring of 1815, it woke. It was one of the largest eruptions in all of recorded history. The mountain sent a vast cloud of ash and fine dust high up, far above the weather, far above the clouds, into the still upper air where winds carry things slowly around the entire planet. And there, that fine gray veil began to spread, quietly, invisibly, drifting over oceans and continents, thinning the sunlight as it went. No one watching their own ordinary sky could have known, but the light that reached the earth had been dimmed. And the following year, the world grew cold. They called it the year without a summer. In the spring and summer that should have been green and warm, the cold simply would not leave. In New England, far across the ocean, snow fell in June. Frost crept across the fields in July and August, the months that should have been the very heart of summer. Crops that had just begun to grow withered in the night. Farmers planted again and watched the cold take it all. In Europe, gray skies and endless rain drowned the harvests. The grain didn't ripen. Across many lands, food grew scarce and prices climbed, and people went hungry under a sun that never seemed to fully shine. It was a hard, frightening time, and almost no one alive understood why. They didn't know about the mountain. They only knew that the warmth had gone out of the world, and they were waiting and praying for it to come back. And yet, and this is the part that stays with me, out of that dim and difficult year came some of the most surprising gifts. Picture a grand old house beside a lake in Switzerland, that strange cold summer. A small group of friends had come there on holiday, among them a young woman named Mary. But the weather was so wretched, so gray and wet and unrelenting that they could not go out walking or boating or enjoy any of the things one comes to a lake to enjoy. So they stayed indoors, by the fire, as the rain ran down the windows, and to pass the long, dark hours, they made a little game. Each of them would try to write a frightening story. Most of them gave up, but Mary, staring into that gloom, began to dream of something. A scientist, a creature stitched together and brought to life, a being made by human hands and then abandoned by them. And from that cold, sunless summer beside the lake came the story we now call Frankenstein. One of the most famous tales ever written. A whole new kind of story, born because the weather was simply too gray to go outside. And there is more. With the harvests failing, there was little grain to feed the horses, and many of them died or were sold. People still needed to travel, but now in places without their horses. And around this time, a clever man in Germany built a strange new machine, a wooden frame with 2 wheels that a person sat upon and pushed along the ground with their feet. It was awkward, and people laughed at it, but it was the very first ancestor of something you know well. The bicycle, born, many believe, in part from a year when the horses had grown too few. And the skies themselves, those veiled, dust-filled skies, did something beautiful, even as they did harm. The fine ash high in the air scattered the light of the setting sun into deep, glowing colors. For a few years, the sunsets across the world burned with strange and vivid reds and oranges, more intense than anything people had seen. And some believe that a great painter of that age, watching those luminous skies, captured their glow forever on his canvas, so that the breath of a distant volcano still hangs softly in paintings we can stand before today. I love this story, quietly, for what it shows us. We tend to think of the great events of history as wars and kings and the decisions of powerful people. But here was one of the most far-reaching events of an entire century, and it was a mountain on the other side of the world, breathing once and changing the sky for everyone. The cold reached into the life of a farmer who had never heard the mountain's name. It reached into a quiet house by a lake and placed a story in a young woman's mind. It reached into the workshops and the roads and the sunsets of a whole generation, all of it connected, all of it rippling out from a single, distant morning, like rings spreading across the surface of a still pond. We are far more woven together than we ever feel. The sky above you tonight is the same sky that stretches over every ocean, every mountain, every sleeping person on earth. One air, one thin and gentle veil of atmosphere wrapped softly around the whole turning world. So now, let all of it settle. Let the mountain grow quiet again. Let the cold year pass and the harvests return, and the warmth come slowly back into the fields. Let the gray skies clear until there is only the deep, soft dark of night and the faint light of stars far above you. You don't need to hold any of it. The story can drift away now, like dust on a high and distant wind. There's nothing left to do but breathe, slow and easy, beneath that one shared sky, and let yourself sink gently into rest. Let go and sleep.